What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pickdroppers, back at it again with a Week 9 post-game video. On this video, I'm going to be going over all of the Week 9 games and my thoughts on what happened in Week 9. Now, there were definitely some really good games, and the first game I really want to talk about is the Denver Broncos versus the Oakland Raiders. Now, I was super surprised by the outcome of this game. I did not think Oakland would be able to get the win, and they wound up getting the win, and I think that was very clutch of them because now they are in first place in their division, and I'm pretty sure they have a bye week next week, and so that's definitely going to be good for them. And the win was huge because now they have first place, and they have a win in their division against one of the top teams in the division. So that was definitely big for Oakland, and they definitely outplayed Denver, and they were able to do what nobody else except for last week the Chargers were able to do, and that's run on the Broncos. In the last 2 weeks, the Broncos haven't been able to stop the run. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens going on later in the year and see if people are still going to be able to run on the Broncos. Now, the next game that I thought was a very interesting game was Seattle-Buffalo. Now, I did think that Seattle would blow out Buffalo, and I was really surprised about how close the game was. And one team that played really, really well was the Broncos. Not the Broncos, it was the Seahawks. But the team I was really surprised by that played really well was the Buffalo Bills. I did not think they would be able to win the game, and come close in the game. They almost won the game late in the game. They only lost by 6. They were definitely able to run the ball on Seattle and were able to pass. They had a strong start to the game. That was definitely huge, and I was really surprised by what happened for the most part of the game because it looked like Buffalo was going to win definitely for the first quarter and a half. But Seattle's defense definitely showed up late in the game, and they definitely outplayed Buffalo to get the win. Now, the next game I really want to talk about is Indianapolis versus Green Bay. Now, I didn't think this would be too close of a game, and I did think it would be a very, very high-scoring game. And it was a little bit lower scoring than I thought, but definitely a really good game. And I'm kind of surprised that the way that Indianapolis won. Green Bay did not play good, and they definitely deserved to lose that game. Green Bay got outpassed by Andrew Luck. Aaron Rodgers got more yards, but that was in garbage time. So Andrew Luck had a better game, and running game has definitely been a huge problem for the Green Bay Packers. Their number 2 rusher, who rushed the second most times on their team, was Aaron Rodgers, and that's the quarterback, and you definitely can't have him running too much. So that's definitely something that the Packers need to fix on. And their number 1 rusher only ran the ball 7 times. So, when Green Bay goes against these tougher teams, they can't just be one way. So they definitely need to get a running back there, and they definitely need to get Eddie Lacy going. Now, I do think they will be able to get back on track because they definitely have a really good quarterback, but it might be not soon enough for them to make a playoff run and make the playoffs. Now, the next game I really want to talk about is Philadelphia versus the Giants. The Giants were able to win this game, and I think they mainly won because OBJ had a huge game in the end zone. He didn't have a huge game on the field. He only got 46 yards catching, but he definitely had a huge game when it came to the end zone. And both teams played really good at stopping the run. And the Giants weren't really able to stop Carson Wentz. But the big thing for Philadelphia for why they lost is they ran the ball twice with their quarterback on QB sneaks, and they were not able to get the first downs, and both those times were on 4th downs. And that's definitely a huge reason why a team would lose the game. And I really don't understand why they ran it with their quarterback. Their quarterback's not really playing to, run the ball. So that was definitely a weird coaching decision by their coach. But you never know. If they got it, I might be talking about how good of a call it was. but I was definitely surprised by that call. And then late in the game, they almost had a chance to win the game, and I thought they were going to win it. I thought they were going to be able to catch that, but they didn't, and so that was definitely interesting to watch. And yeah, so the next game I really want to talk about, and the last game I want to talk about, is the Detroit-Minnesota game. Oh my God, was this an amazing game. Detroit and Minnesota both came to play, both having great defensive performances, and they were just, both teams were just unable to run, and the passing defense was definitely there, definitely showing, and I loved it. It looked like for a good time that Minnesota was going to win, and then for some weird reason, I don't know why, but Minnesota called a timeout with like 35 seconds or something like that left in the game, which made absolutely no sense because it was third and goal, and they had 2 timeouts, and they called timeout to have 1 timeout left, and there was 35 seconds, which makes no sense. They should have left the clock down to 10 or 15 seconds, so it gave enough time for Detroit to kick the ball into the field goal, and Detroit was able to get the win because in overtime they got the ball first, and they just ran the ball down, or they kept running the ball down Minnesota's throat in OT, and they were able to get the touchdown through the air with Golden Tate, and I was definitely surprised to see that coaching decision there. And next time, I think that Minnesota is not going to call the timeout too early because they don't want to lose another game. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and write a comment down below on what you'd like to see next. It's your boy Pickdroppers, and I'm out. Peace!